Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night training. I see you all beautiful people. I'm so excited. Number one, I love that playlist, JT. It just gets me fired up. Other than the fact I'm fired up about what we're doing too, and all of you beautiful people here tonight. Thank you for being on screen. If you're able to be on screen, we'd love to see your beautiful face. Come as you are tonight, okay? It's not a fashion show or anything to impress. We're here to learn about something very, very important that is going on in our marketplace right now. My name is Charlene Wayanka. I'm from California. And just really quick, if you can drop real quick in the chat, where are you chiming in from nationwide? And then also, if you can reach out to anyone that you invited who's supposed to be on, you can, take a quick phone call, put yourself on mute really quick, group chat or text. Okay, we're going to have a great lineup this evening. I'm so excited. And you guys, today we're going to do a quick overview and then we're going to go right into training. We'll be on for about an hour and 15 minutes or so, give or take. And we're going to break out into breakout rooms to game plan and strategize. Okay, guys. So I'm going to pass it over to our first speaker, actually, a dear friend of mine, amazing person. I love her to death. And she's one of our top executive team leaders out in the Houston marketplace. She's a business owner and she loves what we do, you guys. She's going to tell you her story, but well respected in the Houston community. She goes to a lot of events, I know, pop-ups, and she has a lot of wisdom, you guys, in what we do here. And so she'll tell you about her personal background, but she is really passionate, like I said, about what we do. Entrepreneur in her own right, you guys. I'm going to pass it over to top producing executive team leader, Miss Rena Edmond.
Oh, thank you so much, Charlene. Guys, let's give it back to Charlene Hyanka. She is the best, kicking us off with the energy. She has such a pleasant personality. And yes, a friend too, of course. And she is one of our top regional directors in our organization. And she has done some massive things with the opportunity. And that's what I am going to share with you guys today. But before we do, I am going to tell you just a little bit more about myself, okay? So I am a small business owner, right? And I got into business. I know you guys are seeing the raise the bar, but that's okay. Just listen, we're going with it. Um, small business owner, I'm in the cosmetology industry, and I got into business because I wanted to control my time, guys. I wanted to be able to, you know, control my time, make the money I want, and be able to do things for my family when I want to do those things for them. And so, business is a way I was told to go. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I enjoy what I do, but here is the thing: the reality of my business is, if no one is in that chair or if I'm not at that desk, I don't make a dollar. Okay, so I started looking for other ways that I can still earn income, have that time, control my income, and be able to do the things for my family that I wanted to. And this is the information that I'm going to share right now. So I just want to ask everybody, just keep an open mind to whatever reason you said yes, you're open. Just imagine what the information can do or how it can help you get there. Okay. So our theme for the year is raising the bar. Okay. And who are you going to be? Who am I talking about? Who is offering this opportunity? Well, let me explain. The company is a marketing company. It's called ACN, right? And it's a customer acquisition company. It started in 1993. They are the largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and other essential services. They're focused here in the US and Canada. They have done billions in sales and millions of customers acquired. At the bottom, you can see there they are part of the DSA, A Plus and the Better Business Bureau. All that says is that ACN has credibility for the last 30 something years. Okay, that's all that means right there. So, what does ACN offer? What is it that we do here at ACN? Well, let me explain it to you. We offer essential services for residential and businesses. Okay, some of these services include wireless, high-speed internet, television, energy, healthcare, I am super excited about healthcare, by the way, security and automation, payment processing, travel, identity theft, and payroll. Okay, Those logos and vendors that you see, some of them you're familiar with them already. Okay. So, but what I want to talk about mainly, which I am excited about, is the impact health sharing. Okay. I don't know if you guys know this, but I went without health care for 6 years. Why? I'm an entrepreneur. Private insurance is expensive, okay? And I was pretty healthy. And they wanted me to spend at least $500 to $600. And it just didn't make sense for me to do that because I only go to the doctor for annual checkups or if I just get sick. But then I saw Impact Health Sharing and it just made a lot of sense. It's saving now I pay $102 a month for healthcare coverage, and it's saving businesses and individuals and families up to 70%. Okay. Now, why we're excited about it and people are taking notice, by the way, Yahoo Finance just did an article on Impact Health Sharing and just pretty much bragging about how we're paying out millions in eligible medical bills for our members. So that is something great also, right? Now, why I like this? Because, hey, we're at the ground floor, right? Technology has changed the way we do business. And let me explain why impact sharing, okay? Well, impact health sharing covers all major comprehensive medical bills, illnesses, maternity, and preventative care. I'm just going to bring all these down. So, Impact is a non-for-profit healthcare group, right? So that means you can get the best care, you can get the best treatment, all of that stuff. Value is there, okay? You can pick your doctors where you want to go. It's no network, it's open network, okay? We have plans starting as low as $73 for individuals and $378 for families of three or more. Now, this part right here, if any of you here are parents or you have multiple people in your household on medical, well, this one you get household PRAs. That's what I call it, but it's just like a deductible when you're talking about healthcare. Okay. Now we do get the lower pricing on the medications. You also can get to see the doctor if you're sick and you can't leave your home for, and you just don't want to. You can jump on your portal at no additional cost to you, and you can see a doctor and you can get your medication sent to you. We also cover immigrants. Okay, this is huge. We just had an influx of immigrants that come into the country. Okay, as long as they have a ITIN number and a valid issue government ID, we can help them get coverage, right? Mental health is covered. We hear a lot of talk about that too. Also, if you're someone that, you like to work out, you do IV therapy, gym memberships, any holistic, anything just to keep yourself healthy, guess what? You can get a discount by sending in those bills. Impact is going to give you a credit just for staying healthy. And coming this summer, we're excited because we're going to get dental and vision added this summer at no additional cost to you. Now, this is huge, especially our family members. It's huge for me because, like I said, every time I got sick, I was scared because I didn't have coverage. And now I'm able to go to any doctor I want to, and I don't have to worry about, oh my God, that bill, that bill, that bill. So I'm excited about that. I hope you guys are too. But what else do you get with the ACN opportunity? Well, if you decide that, this makes sense and you want to move forward, well, you can participate and you can help us in fighting childhood hunger. Well, how does that work? Well, you become an ACN you say, yes, the ACN opportunity makes sense. You become your own customers, right? You get a couple people to become customers. Well, guess what? When you become a customer and you pay your bills, or your family, friends, they become customers, they pay their bills, a child is fed. I think this is amazing because you're doing something that you don't have to think about and you're making a difference. But here is where I started paying attention. So let me explain the money. Let's talk about how you get paid. Well, there's 4 different ways you can make money with the company. First two is by customer bonuses, okay? So these are bonuses. You go out there, you get customers, right? The company is going to pay you to get those customers, and those are paid out weekly, okay? And there is no cap to those, okay? But while you're out there getting the customers, right? Guess what? At the end of the month, what do we all do? We pay bills. This is where you can make up to 20% on any of the customers that you get personally. And this is what really grabbed my attention because, like I mentioned before, if there is no one in my chair, I'm not making a dollar. So when I saw that, oh, I can do work and I can get paid over and over on it, I said, wait a minute, I got to pay attention. And these are bills, okay? I pay these every single month. So just think about that, okay? Now, the other two ways that you make income is you say it makes sense, right? You can go out there and you can share this with people, right? There are other people out there that are probably looking for other ways to make money, or they just, want to get paid on bills, whatever reason may be. You can share it with them. They say yes, they come on board. They open an online store. You can make up to 4% on all of the customers that are coming into their store. Okay. You can also make overriding customer acquisition bonuses. You talk to those people, they're opening their stores, but guess what? We're here, we're helping them. You're showing them what to do, how to get the customers. You can make up to $450 also. So just keep in mind for the residuals, you can just as much them you make more money with the residuals with the most stores that you have open. Okay, just think about it that way. Keep it simple. Now, this part right here, I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me I can do business in everywhere in the US, in Canada, and it's only $2.99 and my overhead is only $25, right? This is so affordable that it's just out of control. It's more affordable than the cell phone. Okay. I paid over $1,000 for my cell phone. Okay. So for $2.99, what is it that you get? Well, let me explain. You get your personalized website, right? Training and marketing materials are done for you. Salesforce, you could track your stores, how many stores you have on open, how many customers are coming into the stores, right? The revenue from those stores, right? You also have IBO and customer support. So when you get your customers, right, you're not going to be dealing with the customers directly. You have customer service from those different companies. They're going to be taking care of those customers for you also. You also get loyalty rewards as becoming an ACN business owner. You could get savings, all different things from over 400, 500 stores. All I want you to remember on this right here is just for $2.99, $25 a month. All you have to do is direct people to your online store and assist them in becoming customers. That's it. ACN takes care of the rest, and it's only $25 a month. I know business owners on the line I know it's making sense for you. So that's it. Okay. So you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. But let me explain something. You're going to have the support here. We have a support. Why? Because we have a simple system. And if anybody know anything about systems, we know if you have a system that mean it works and it makes money. We have hands-on training, all of that mentorship. We're going to be here for you. If you decide this is what you're going to do, and guess what? With Impact, it's ground floor, okay? It's ground floor, and no one else is doing it out here. So I just want everyone to just imagine what the opportunity can do for you. But my time is ended. Thank you guys so much for your time. I hope I did well. I hope I was able to convey what it is ACN is and what they do. But now I get to bring up our next trainer. He's our regional vice president here in the market. He's also a friend. This guy, when you talk about hands-on training, mentorship, I think he embodies all of that, and we really appreciate him. And he's going to take over now. And this is Mr. Jonathan Thomas. The call is yours.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Miss Rena. And guys, could we give Miss Rena a round of applause for that incredible, incredible introduction to what it is ACN is. And she did an incredible job. You know, Ms. Rena wouldn't brag too much about herself, but I'll just tell you guys, you just heard from one of the most powerful individuals we have ever seen. She's done an incredible job in this market in Houston, being busy, right? A business owner, but she made this work around her schedule. So again, let's give Ms. Rena another round of applause for all that she does. Incredible job explaining what it is that we do. And guys, I'm going to take over and start the actual training on how we're able to see success, because we can all agree ACN makes sense. I know when I saw it, I didn't get presented to by someone as sharp as Miss Rena here. I got presented to by an individual who was a broke college student, okay? And he even him with a simple presentation, I knew the vision of what ACN could do. So my background, guys, I come as a traditional business owner, been in the business for quite some time. And, you know, being a traditional business owner, I looked at this opportunity about 11 years ago, and it just made sense in 5 minutes. I got started. I didn't have a lot of time, so I put about 5 hours a week. But here's what happened. After 1 year, guys, we built an incredible, incredible business where I could leave my insurance stuff out of the way, get it out the way. I kicked it out of my house, right? And I said, listen, I can focus more on ACN and this business. And here we are 10 years later after that. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't missed a residual income direct deposit in 11 years. Y'all want to put that down? 11 years, no direct deposit. Put that in the chat. Y'all gotta be more excited, all right? And the only reason why I'm excited is because I'm going to talk about this comp plan. This comp plan is a work of art, and I love it. Okay, so guys, pay attention. We're going to get right into the training. Now, I'm going to try to share my screen. Last week, I had some issues, but we're going to try to figure this out this week. Everybody give me thumbs up if you can see my screen, or can you guys see my slide? Or is there anybody want to share their slides? I can kind of do it from you guys. Anybody have their slides up? I can kind of do it from your slides if you want. But if you can, anybody want to share their slides with me? There we go. Perfect. See, teamwork makes the dream work. I like this. There we go. I like to be hands-free anyway. So anyway, let's talk about it. Compensation plan basics. Learn it and it will motivate you. That is the key. But guys, you don't want to miss Friday Night Leadership. Tonight is just the basics, okay? Everybody repeat after me. Basics. That means, listen, you're going to learn the basics, but there's a lot more to learn, okay? But just understand tonight is just the basics. We're just going to go over the brief overview of how you can get started and start seeing success, okay? Now, the next slide is going to share with you guys compensation is only earned at ACN when customers acquire. What does that mean? That means it doesn't matter about who jumps into your business. I don't care who they are. I don't care who has what. Don't matter the background, don't matter where you come from. If you don't get customers, ladies and gentlemen, there is no income, okay? So let's talk about your business plan. Now, when you start a business, right, Rena? When you start a business, you have a plan, right? Right, Marshall? When you start in real estate, Marshall's going to train you guys next. So hang on, he's going to do an incredible job. But when Marshall started in real estate, he had to have a plan. So ladies and gentlemen, this is your business plan. And all you do is go from left to right. Everybody see that smiley face that says CQ right there? That says customer qualified? That's a hint. But you go from left to right, all the way from CQ, all the way to platinum senior vice president. Now, let's talk about that first to 90-day goal here. All right. The first 90 days, you want to concentrate on those first three positions. That's customer qualified, executive team leader, and then regional coordinator. You want to focus on that your first 90 days. And then, of course, like I said, Friday night, you guys are going to get incredible leadership. You're going to get to go further into how you can become a regional director all the way to senior vice president. But you got to get to Friday night. And to get to Friday night, you have to be customer qualified. Now, what is your goal today? If you're new on this call, write this down, please. What is your goal today? The very first goal for you when you first start is to become customer qualified. Now, that's just 3 services and 7 points. Write that down. 3 services and 7 points. Now, why do you want to be customer qualified? Well, number one, you want to get paid, right? I don't think I know anybody that jumps into a business and say, you know what, I'm going to start that landscaping business. Hey, you know what, Rena, I'm going to start a nail business, but you know what, Rena, I don't want to make any money. I just want to start a business. I don't know anybody. Says no one, right? So you got to be customer qualified. Get those 3 services and 7 points right away. Now, you want to get your first promotion. You want to get to Friday Night Leadership, and you want to earn residual income. Now, let's talk about the services. Now, these are the services. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because we got an incredible trainer coming up. He's better than me, all right? So y'all better, if y'all don't listen to me, y'all better listen to him. But just take a quick snapshot, because this is just showing you the different points with different services. Now, don't get confused. We're going to train you. Get with your leader after this. We're going to train you why those points are incredible. But you want to understand, the more points you have, the higher the residual income every month. So take a picture of this. It's the 6 most lucrative services that I personally recommend you go for because they pay the most. All right. Now, moving on. When you are customer qualified, you make money 2 ways. The first one is residual income. That is personal residual income with customers you acquire. And then your team can acquire customers as well, and you can receive residual income. That's the monthly recurring income. And then there's the upfront money, right? There's the customer acquisition bonuses, and you want to make sure you concentrate on that as well. Now, with the personal customer bonuses, here is a fee schedule, basically a schedule that you can get paid on. This is your payment schedule. So you can make as much as you want in bonuses. And by the way, these bonuses are paid out weekly. But I want everybody to concentrate on that first tier right there. It says 5 services, 10 points. All right. One more time. 5 services, 10 points. That's when you get your first direct deposit. And that's when you get paid your first direct deposit of $200. So make sure you go out and get that done. Now, you can get it done as fast as you want. All right. And again, I want to tell you, you want to listen to the next trainer because he's going to teach you how to get it done fast. All right. But that's an unlimited bonuses, guys. These are paid out weekly. So again, those are the bonuses that are paid weekly. And like I said, the first payout is customer qualified with 5 services. Now, executive team leader. An executive team leader, you heard from executive team leader, Ms. Rena Edmond. Now, she's pushing for the next position, but we're going to talk about that in a second. But executive team leader, that's just 30 points combined with you and your team. And now you see you make a $50 bonus when someone becomes customer qualified. Now, let's just say, let's do an example here. Let's just say you help 10 people. They enroll into the business. They like it. They love it. They heard from Ms. Rena. So, of course, they're going to sign up. Right? You help 10 of them get started. They get customer qualified, ladies and gentlemen. That's an extra $500 bonus. Okay. Now, when you become executive team leader in your first 30 days, I love these transitions. Somebody on point with these transitions. I love it. Can we have a little fun? All right. If we're going to spend some time, let's just have a little fun. All right. But fast start bonus. When you hit executive team leader in your first 30 days, you will receive an additional $500. So get that done. We're going to show you how to get that done a little bit later. Now, moving on to the next slide, regional coordinator. Now, this is the position that Miss Rena is like, okay, right? She's like, I got to get this done yesterday. Regional coordinator is an incredible position. As you can see, all you've done is you've gotten 200 points between yourself and your team. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? That just means a lot of people just getting customers. That's all that means. But now you see, you don't just get paid more, you get paid better. Now you get customer qualified. You get someone customer qualified. It goes from 50 to 150. Now let's put some numbers behind this, man. I like numbers. All right. In a month, let's just say you and your team go out and you help 20 people open an online store. They get started in the opportunity. They get customer qualified. Ladies and gentlemen, you just made $3,000 extra dollars. Let's just say you're not full time. Let's just say you're very spare time. I think y'all would be okay with earning an extra $3,000 in your spare time, right? On top of job, on top of your business. This is extra, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? Remember that 90-day bonus we were talking about? That 90-day goal to go regional coordinator? Well, if you do regional coordinator in your first 90 days, they're going to throw you an extra $1,000. Can we give that a round of applause? ACN out of their mind. They out of their mind. These kids done gone to school and they said, parents, y'all had them kids all around in the summertime. Y'all need to make some extra money. So ACN threw some extra money for you. An extra $1,000, guys. Get that extra $1,000. Go regional coordinator in 90 days. Now, to close out my topic, the main goal, remember I told you guys, the main goal is to become customer qualified. Why? If you're not qualified, that means no money. Somebody put that in the chat. No qualification, no money. So when you come to me and you tell me, JT, I'm not making any money, and I ask you if you're customer qualified, and you tell me no, I say, well, you didn't take notes on the training. Did you use this phone? Did you take a screenshot? All right, guys. But you guys get it. Get customer qualified. That's your first goal. So with that being said, the person who I was bragging about earlier, he's a real estate agent. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a new father. And he's an incredible individual. Now, he's going to teach you how to get customers. And guys, I want you to take copious notes. It's good to see everybody, by the way. Mr. Walter, Miss Joy, Miss Ruth, Miss Christina. Good to see everybody. But the next individual is going to share with you how to build customers. And there's no one more qualified. I mean, I think he has well over 300 between him and his wife. I don't know. It's a lot of customers. All right. Personally. All right. So without further ado, get some notes, get your notepad out, get a pen, take some screenshots. It's none other than Regional Director, Mr. Marshall Stewart. Mr. Marshall, the call's all yours, brother.
Wow. Well, good evening, everyone. And let's give a round of applause to our fearless leader, RVP, Mr. Jonathan Thomas. It's always just such a pleasure to learn from an individual like that. And, Rena did a great job introducing who we are and those kinds of things. And I'm just so honored to be a part of this powerhouse lineup because more than what they've accomplished here in this business, it's who they are that I'm so impressed and grateful to be surrounded by. Their hearts for people. This is a group of people that we really love to serve. And that really is behind the mission that JT has put in front of us here, guys. But you heard that my name is Marshall. I'm here in the Houston area. I am a real estate agent and entrepreneur, husband, father. I do have a little one that runs around. And if you hear him screaming in the background, that's because he's getting ready for bed and not wanting to just yet. But I'm very grateful for this opportunity regardless, because for me, when I first saw it, I was someone who was, down on my luck a little bit. I was tired of being laid off from my first career in banking. I was tired of the ups and downs in the economy that I found out came with real estate and being a business owner. And all I knew was I needed a plan B, right? And so when my friend introduced me to this business, I got started right away and I only had just a few hours a week to commit. But in those hours, I just followed the system, the things that you're learning here tonight. I followed the leaders like you're hearing from tonight, and we were able to turn those few hours together into hundreds of business partners, and we got thousands of customers over the years. And I'm just very grateful because it bought me a lot of time and flexibility to spend time with my family in a season like this, right? So customers is a very, personal and probably the most important topic to know how we get customers because it's the lifeblood of the business. Now that you have your website up and running, whether you're just getting started or getting restarted, where do the customers come from? The first and most important customer I had to learn to be was my own customer, being my own customer of my own services that I'm offering. And then after that, we're going to share this business with other people because why wouldn't we want other people to have the same opportunity we have? Many of them aren't going to be ready to get started with us, and that's okay. Many of them will actually support you as a customer regardless, right? And then, of course, we're going to touch on how to get everybody else along the way to become your customer over time. But why am I the most important customer that I could ever be? The biggest reason is because logically what happens is when you sign up and become your own customer. When I became a customer of these services, I got belief. I learned all the steps of how to do it. So I didn't have to rely on Daryl or Rena or JT or anybody else on walking me through everything because I set it up myself. I learned the nuances, the ins and outs, and I could actually walk other people through it. But, I didn't have to actually be convinced to be my own customers, guys. Whenever my mentor told me that I can get paid on my own services, to me, that was just music to my ears. It wasn't a foreign language. It wasn't a fight that I had to go back and forth with them on. I didn't resist. I signed up as much as I could. And my wife and I, between the two of us, set up 8 services in our own household, which, if you do the math from what JT calculated, pays out a $400 bonus just by being your own customer and saving money on your own stuff. Right. So for me, I knew I was going to get paid regardless. So it didn't matter if I was going to save a little bit or have to pay a little bit more, or if contracts had to be broken. Here's what I knew. I didn't want to let a few little pennies get in the way of hundreds of thousands of dollars and beyond over the years that we've been able to earn. And so that's a big key that I learned from the successful people, that when you become your own customer and you get paid on your own services, it's a transfer of belief. And what ultimately will happen is when other people will ask, well, Marshall, what do you think of Impact Health Sharing? I didn't have to reach out to Jesse and ask her, Jesse, do you mind talking to my customer for me? Because, he wants to know how it works and I don't have it, but maybe you can, I didn't have to rely on other people. I was able to show how Impact worked. I was able to talk about the features and the benefits. So that way they were just ready to sign up because they saw it firsthand from my, portal that I would open up and show them, and also how passionate I became because it made a big difference for me. So the recommended services that all of us can look into, and they're the most lucrative, is going to be Impact. If you're in a position to do so, set up your Impact Health Sharing service because it's our flagship one that we're going to keep talking about. And then I'm going to talk here briefly about our identity theft protection and device protection program called ID Seal. Vivint is a great one where you can secure and automate your entire home and control everything in your home from your smartphone. And then on top of that, there's electricity or natural gas. If you're in an energy market, we'll talk about those bonuses. And especially because once you get a handful of some of these services like energy, whether it's natural gas or electricity, with 12 customers that you acquire, you actually get service covered by ACN. They're going to actually pay you an extra amount to cover your bill, and it actually gives you free service, right? And then, of course, if you get 5 identity theft protection customers, you'll get yours for free. 5 cell phone service customers, you'll get yours for free in addition to your own. So do me a favor, guys. If any of you have ever qualified for any of these free services, put it in the chat and let us know what you qualified for. And I want to showcase how many of us have actually pursued and got free service over the years. It's powerful, guys. And it's a big way to be able to get people not only to be your customer, but interested in the business. Eliminating bills, how valuable is that in a season like this of inflation, right? Now, what I want to do, guys, is speaking of the identity theft protection service, this is a clip that I want to share with you. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it is very, very, very important information to be aware of because these days, identity theft is something that's so rampant. Every single one of us on the planet that has any bit of information tied to us have pretty much been hacked. And I want to showcase why. Take a look at this clip and I'll be right back to talk about it.
Okay, so your social security number, my social security number, look, all of our social security numbers have been potentially hacked and dumped on the dark web. It's expected everybody. We're talking the United States, United Kingdom, Canada. Everybody is impacted by this massive breach. A hacking group claims nearly 3 billion records of personal information, including names, social security numbers, even addresses, all of this information. It comes actually from a business called National Public Data, which is used for background checks and private investigations.
I think people should be very upset about this. They should ask, why is this company, why do they have all of that information? And when they had it, who was making sure that they were protecting it?
If I have your name and social security number, date of birth, and phone number, for instance, I can apply for any number of credit lines, credit cards, even things like financing a house.
Okay, so what can you do to protect yourself? First and foremost, you can contact the credit bureaus, let's just say TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. Monitor your credit reports and fraudulent information. Be sure to notify them specifically if something looks suspicious. You can also ask the credit bureaus to place a freeze on your accounts. You can always do that with all three of the bureaus. Contact them by phone or email to block anyone from opening up anything from bank accounts to loans, credit cards, all of that. And then you can also do identity theft protection services as well. It's good to manage your passwords. And also, last but not least, use two-factor authentication to protect yourself as well.
So you guys can actually see how crucial it is, the fact that hackers already have our information, our most sensitive information. And it's not just our finances that they come after, guys. They pretend to be us in so many different ways that can cause havoc. I was hacked myself, actually, a victim of identity theft where someone pretended to be me at a traffic stop. It resulted in warrants for my arrest that I wasn't even involved in. I had to go to court like 6 times over the course of 2 years and pay $1,000 or more in fees and penalties just to prove ultimately that it wasn't me, right? And so it even came up years later on background checks, and I still get mail about it, to this day. That was 12 years ago. Okay, so my point is, if I would have had ID Seal at this time, they would have handled it from the jump. And anything that I ever would have to pay out, like I did in the court situation, they would have reimbursed me for because it's an insurance. So the beautiful thing about having your identity protected for both you and your children, which by the way, up to 25 or more % of kids these days are getting hacked and having their identity stolen, right? There's a extra point promotion that's happening this month for the month of September. So take a picture, a screenshot, and know that you'll get rewarded extra whenever you go above and beyond for ID Seal this month. Okay, so hopefully you guys got that picture or screenshot here. Moving forward, Zoom Energy is a great service to push for as well because they're paying extra bonus money whenever you get more energy or natural gas customers. So get with your leader so you know what to focus on. But let's go ahead and wrap up on services about the one that we're so passionate about the most, the one that Rena spent a lot of time on, and you're going to continue to hear over and over again. This is our health share program, our healthcare program that's solving a lot of problems for a very broken industry, and that's that health insurance world. Our healthcare system really needs a revamp, and we feel like we have the problem solver that's making a big disruption. Okay, and so the thing is, if you want to be able to take advantage of Impact and be able to utilize a lot of what it has to offer, you want to get with your leader to help you get accredited right away. Okay, because that process is a very simple 10-minute quiz or so that your leader will walk you through. And suddenly, when you are in a position to talk to people and get them quotes for their healthcare costs through Impact, we just go to our website. We use the date of birth of the oldest family member, and if they like what they see and are ready to move forward, they can enroll right away through our storefront. And then if there's any questions, there's a team of representatives there at Impact that's going to help answer all questions for us, okay? And then on top of that, guys, every bill that any doctor tries to submit, they're going to automatically reprice and negotiate down on average 72%. This is a lot more than 72% and a lot of money. That is a life-saving reduction here because a hospital tried to charge this patient $288,000, okay? Impact repriced it based on fair market pricing and said it was actually going to be more like $28,000. No, yeah, is that right? Yeah, $28,000. And so from that $28,000, $2,766 was covered by the program, by the community. So this patient only had to pay $150. That's a crazy savings that would actually cause someone to believe in a God, that is good and loves us when they don't have to pay $288,000, but rather $150. I know that would do it for me, right? So this is something we're incredibly passionate about, guys, and it's making a huge difference for so many people. Now, after you become your own customer and you get the belief from all the services, and then after we start sharing this business, especially in the next section where you hear about our grand opening, here's how you approach everybody else. And here's where I want to address all of your concerns, where if you're wondering, do I have to be a salesperson? Do I have to be good at sales to do this business and succeed? The answer is emphatically no. People who take sales approaches and cheesy promotional attempts, to get customers typically don't do well here, myself included. I learned the hard way. The guy with the hookup usually doesn't get a lot of services hooked up here with us, right? The reality is being genuine and being authentic is going to win the customer all day, every day, compared to trying to sell them, based on the prices or, having the special promotion. And there's some keywords that work whenever you approach people with. And so I want you to take a picture of this. There's 2 screens here that you'll take a screenshot of. And I want you to understand when you use authenticity and you approach them asking them for a huge favor. I need to ask you for a huge favor. I'm not sure if you're aware, but tell them why you're doing this business. Give them your why. For me, look, right now the real estate industry is all over the place. It's a little bit rocky for us, at this moment. And I'm a new father, I'm trying to help support my family. So to help me accomplish this, I started working on a project that offers basic services, and I'm up for a promotion and just need a couple more customers by today, right? So the favor I need to ask of you is this: if I could find a way to save you some money or have something that would benefit you, would you do me a huge favor and just give one of the services a try? It would mean the world to me. When you approach people authentically like that, it doesn't feel so salesy. It's not so pressuring. And in fact, they not only want to become your customer, they stay your customer when better prices ultimately come along, and they refer more people to you over the years, right? And so for me, that's how I was able to get hundreds of customers personally, because I went from being salesy and cheesy to actually being real and authentic. So it starts by being your own customer, and then you're going to be able to master a couple of them that you feel most comfortable with. And ultimately, you're going to be able to learn from the best of the best when you get to the national conventions and you hear directly from the best of the best at this business, which, by the way, we have an amazing one coming up in Orlando. You're going to hear about that next year. But with that, guys, I hope I served you well. It is my absolute pleasure to bring back to the digital stage someone that I'm just so grateful to call a great leader, a great friend, and a great mentor. That's Regional Vice President and my brother from another mother, Mr. Jonathan Thomas. JT, I love you, bro. Call's all yours.
Awesome, man, and love you too, brother. Appreciate y'all see the little bromance we got going on. Nah, man, I really appreciate Marshall and all he does. He's such a servant leader, and he's someone that you just want to lock arms with and make sure you build a dynasty with. And so I appreciate you, Marshall. Incredible. Didn't he do an incredible job training on how to get the customers? Let's give him a round of applause for that incredible training. And guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, with the last topic, and I appreciate you sharing those slides for me. See that teamwork? See that teamwork? All right, let's talk about building a team, guys. And as we move on to building a team, here is the September Quick Start bonus. If you're getting started this month, here is your bonus you want to shoot for. You see all of those services there on the right-hand side that you are probably paying on, and everybody else you're paying on, that are paying on. I think we can teach you how to get 5 services. Can we all agree with that, right? We can teach you how to get 5 services with all those services. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just made 200, but guess what? When we train you how to build a team, how to talk to people about the opportunity, and they do what? Do the same thing you did, got 5 services, they got paid 200. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just made $700 just for helping them make 200. So again, help you get 5 and help 2 get 5. Keep it simple, guys. All right. So just understand that the first thing to build a team, to share people this amazing opportunity, is number one, you want to set a private business Zoom. So write that down. That's your first step, is to set a Zoom. Now, you want to pick a day and a time before you call anybody. Just like if you were getting married. I'm pretty sure Marshall didn't call all of his friends and family and say, hey, Jessica, when are you free? Because, me and my wife, we trying to do this married thing. And, we want to know when you free. Or Miss Rena, when you free? Mr. Walter, when are you free? Because Jessica says she's free on the 3rd. You may be free on the 16th. So we got to figure it out. You guys see how inconvenient that sounds, right? So guys, here's a little tip. Make sure you write down a day and a time. Pick a time and a day with your leader. And then you just invite. And guess what? You can always set another one. It's okay to set, I say set two times on 2 different days. It's okay. Set that time and day. And then the second thing you want to do is you want to make a list, guys, 100 names and numbers, but you don't want to prejudge, all right? You know, you want to write down everybody you can. You know, maybe they're a business owner. You know, myself, I was a business owner. You got Miss Rena, you heard from earlier. She's a business owner. You know, Miss Ruth Sally, business owner, right? Real estate. So again, these are individuals you want to write down. Anybody who is doing insurance. I guarantee you show someone who's doing insurance right now with these high cost of premiums going up, with auto and home going up, and now people are about to experience the increase on the healthcare side. You show them impact, oh, they're in. And you tell them they don't have to get a license in every single state, oh, they're in. So guys, show insurance professionals, show medical professional, anybody who's a nurse, doctor, any provider, anybody chiropractic, anybody who's in the medical field, make sure you share with them this opportunity. They love impact, okay? Network marketing experience, anybody who's $100,000 earner, that's very key because they're working this business or they're working their job most of the time like it's a business. So make sure you talk to anybody who's $100,000 earner or more, and of course, everyone else. Listen, I got presented to by a broke college kid, guys. Y'all remember that, right? I told y'all, like, that's who I saw the vision from. Just because the business made sense, I got started. So guys, write down everybody else. And of course, you want to invite. Now let's talk about the main thing I want to talk about on this training. And it's the words that work. Now, the main thing you want to do is understand that this is an outline, guys, but understand phone calls are best. And you want to make sure you practice this with your leader and write it out. See, you want to be authentic. I don't even like using the word script. Just say the words that work because you want to be authentic. Now, I'm going to practice with someone really quickly. Let's practice with Miss Joy. You want to practice with me? Here, I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Sure.
All right. Hi, Miss Joy.
Hello. Hello.
Miss Joy is such a joy. She's a blessing. All right, Miss Joy. So I'm going to call Miss Joy and I'm going to invite her to my private business meeting that I set with my leader. Okay. So ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Joy, how are you doing?
Hey, JT. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, you know, Miss Joy, living the dream, you know.
Yeah, you are.
You doing okay, Miss Joy?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Good,
Thank
good. Hey, yeah. No, listen, Miss Joy, I'm about to run. Okay. I got to do a meeting really quickly. I got to run. So I only got a
Okay.
minute. But listen, I know this is a crazy question, but are you open-minded right now to other ways of making money? I know it's crazy, but are you?
Yes, you know I am. I'm always
Yes, that's why I called you,
looking.
Miss Joy. So listen, let me tell you what's going on. You know, my mother right now, she's going through an illness. All right. You know, I work a lot of hours. I work 80 plus hours. I travel 40% of the time. I have zero time, Miss Joy. And so I'm just stressed out. Okay. And that's the
I'm sure
reason I
you
had to
are.
start looking. You know, Miss Joy, I had to start looking. And here's what happened. I met an individual. His name is Walter. Now, Mr. Walter Scott is an incredible individual. He's seeing massive success. He's expanding an online business. And all I know is it has to do with essential services. Now, he told me I could invite anybody I know that I trust, that is sharp. And I thought about you. So if I send you the Zoom link, it's tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Can you get on and evaluate it with me, Miss Joy?
Well, you asked me, but sure, I will. But can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Miss Joy, that is an incredible question. That's an amazing question, Miss Joy. But listen, I don't know all the details. And what I do know is that Mr. Walter Scott, based on his success that he's seeing right now, he has all the information. Now, Miss Joy, it may or may not be for you. But just trust me on this. It's only 15, 20 minutes. Can I send you the link so we can evaluate it together? How about we do that? We evaluate this together.
Of course, like I said, you ask and it's only 15, 20 minutes. And I trust
Exactly.
you.
Exactly. And you know what, Miss Joy, you know what I was thinking, man? 15 to 20 minutes. I would hate to miss out on something that's only 15 to 20 minutes that could possibly change my whole
Sure.
entire life. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
yes.
so I just appreciate that, Miss Joy. Yeah, I'll send you the link, and you may get a call from Mr. Walter's office, but hey, I'm excited. Let's jump on the call together. I'm excited.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Thank you for thinking of me.
Of course, Miss Joy. No, I gotta go. But I'll talk
Okay.
to you tomorrow.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. So guys, can we give Miss Joy a round of applause for role playing with me? She did an incredible job. Thank you, Miss Joy. But guys, that's as simple as it is. If they have questions, which most people have a question, just say, listen, I don't have all the answers. But here's what I know. Just talk about the presenter. Don't talk about the opportunity. Okay. Now, these are the words that don't work. ACN. If I would have said, Miss Joy, it's ACN, it's $2.99, it's $25 a month. And guess what? We're doing health sharing, and health sharing is the next big thing. And we doing AT&T, T-Mobile, all these different companies. Miss Joy, you gotta be there. Miss Joy would hang up the phone in my face. Well, maybe not, because she's nice, but she would kindly decline. So just skip past that, guys. Just talk about the person that's doing the presentation. All right. So here's your Zoom checklist. Take a picture of this, guys. Just understand that, have a professional background, send a text message out 15 minutes prior to that Zoom meeting that you have. You want to make sure you have your lights on, test your microphone and your video. And also, let me throw this in. If you're doing the meeting, test your slides. That's just a little tip right there. I love it. I told you I like to have a little fun. But test your slides, test your microphone, your video, welcome your guests as they come on. Don't get on and be awkwardly silent, right? Because the business makes sense. We getting paid when people pay bills. Why would you be silent? Like, don't get on and act all new to people. Just welcome them. Say, hey, Walter. Hey, Joy, how you doing? Miss Ruth, how you doing? Introduce the people to the presenter, and also introduce your guest to the presenter as you're edifying them as well, right? So you want to make sure you do that. Pay attention to the speaker. Don't have any distractions. Don't be getting up and turning your camera off. You want to be there to take notes with them and evaluate, okay? So your call to action, guys, is to make sure you set your PBZ, set your Zoom meeting up in the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, I'm going to close it out on the last topic, and it's mindset and events. And one thing I want to tell you about mindset is, number one, you want to make a decision, right? You want to make a decision to get started in ACN. Why would you pay someone else to pay to pay your bills? Why don't you just pay yourself? All right. So that's number one. Make the decision to get paid on your own bills. Now, Miss Joy, I ain't have to convince you to get paid on your own bills, right? Miss Ruth, I know I didn't have to. Miss Christina, I ain't got to convince you to get paid on your own bills, right? Miss Tina, exactly. Miss Tina's like shaking her head. No, you ain't got to convince me to get paid on my own bills. So here's the deal. Make that decision. But the other decision you got to make is you got to make a decision to win, right? The business is simple enough. Number two, you want to determine your why. Why are you doing this? Every business that you want to succeed in needs a good why. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's your family. Maybe you want to bring a spouse home. Maybe you want to have a college fund for your children. Maybe you want to build a house that, you envision you and your family having. I don't know what that dream is, okay? But you need to write it down, all right? You want to make it right. You want to make sure you write it down, and you want to be coachable. And then you want to have a great work ethic. The one thing we can't teach you in this simple system is a great work ethic. So you got to have a great work ethic and never quit, guys. Look at my shirt. It says, never give up. Never give up. Please don't give up on yourself, because you wouldn't be giving up on the business. You would be giving up on your family. And see, that shouldn't happen. All right. So next slide, guys. I want to make sure that we understand that in the mindset, we want to understand that typically people fall into three categories when you're sharing this opportunity or even asking them to become a customer. So I want to prepare you guys tonight what to expect. Okay, is that okay? I want to prepare you. Just know that people usually fall into 3 categories. They fall into a yes, which is a red apple, or they may be a maybe person. You know, they may have some questions. That's a green apple. And then there's the no's, which we don't really want to talk about them. They don't get no shine. Know that 80% of your time, focus on the red apples. 20% of your time, you want to focus on the green apples. And then, of course, you already know 0 time with those negative apples. But you want to spend most of your time sorting in this business and finding those red apples. Imagine I had my shirt, you see my jacket here, all right? And imagine under my jacket was the apple, the color of my apple, right? You're simply just asking me, what color is my apple under my jacket? You can't see it on the outside, so just ask them the question, right? And you want to get to that, what apple, what you're really asking is, what color is your apple? So just understand that there's an emotional roller coaster, guys. There's ups and downs in anything, right? There's challenges in anything. I mean, I'm having a challenge right now just working out. It's ups and downs, man. I'm like, dang, man, I want this Sonic Blast, but I'm like, man, I want this Sonic Blast, but I don't know, like, you know, right? Y'all feel me, right, Miss Ruth? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, man, I want that pizza. But guys, there's ups and downs in anything you do. But just understand, you want to ride the roller coaster. You want to understand that there's times when people are going to say no. There's times when people are going to say yes. There's times when people are not going to be your customer. There's times when people don't even want to jump on your Zoom. There's times that people don't even want to come to the training to learn how to build $1 million business. There's ups and downs in anything. But guys, just focus on your why. Keep the bar down, ride that roller coaster, and focus on your why. All right? Now, understand that in this business, you got to be what you want to see. You got to develop yourself. You got to personally develop. All right. And that really does come before the fortune. That's Jim Rohn. So make sure you read the books, listen to the audios. And I want everybody to take a snapshot of that picture right there that says How to Win Friends and Influence People. Please get that book. That is like the cheat code on learning how to build yourself and listen to people and learn from people and you know, get them to understand your side and really build a relationship. Okay. So there's a 4-step system, and you can just go ahead and bring them all up. The first one is you want to attend Quick Start training. This is the system, guys. You want to attend your Quick Start training. That's what you did tonight. Make sure you attend your Quick Start trainings, and not just you, get your team to the Quick Start training. Number 2, you want to get qualified. Remember, no qualified, no money. Y'all remember that? I remember my aunt, she didn't speak any English, but what she used to tell me was, no money, no honey is what she told me. Some of y'all got the same aunt. Guys, get qualified. Host your Zoom meeting, all right? And then you want to get to Friday Night Leadership class. Now, you don't want to miss Friday Night Leadership, because that's going to pull back the curtains on how you can be a regional director, regional vice president, and senior vice president. And of course, you do not want to miss the local and national events. Those are in person, guys. You don't want to miss the opportunity to rub shoulders, give high fives, do some handshaking, get to know your people, get to know everybody who's in the business with you. You don't want to miss that opportunity, because events build your business, events build your belief, and events build you. Okay. Now, with that being said, we can show the quick video really quickly. And this is a really good snapshot on how live events are. So if you could cue up that video, and I'll be right back.
Who's excited about ACN?
Guys, it's time. This is the biggest, baddest thing you could ever have.
It is going to change people's lives more than we have ever thought that we could do in this ACN opportunity.
There is no other company like ACN today. We stand alone.
Because I know that one day with us could change your entire life.
This is the best that ACN has ever been, but it's nowhere near the best that ACN will ever be.
If you can be with us, be here.
You persistently apply a simple system that somebody else already proved that it works.
ACN is going to put everything on the table for you to win.
I mean, we've got so many great speakers in this company, and you can tell people are just pouring out from their heart.
This is an opportunity where you can actually change other people's lives.
You got to go all out, get excited. That's why we come to events like this.
And we've got a big vision of where we want to go. I want you to picture yourself at the next event, walking across the stage, getting your promotion.
We are all in the right place at the right time with the right leaders and the right company.
There's nothing better than being around other motivated winners.
Commit to development.
You're leaving here motivated and excited and ready to take over, ready to dominate.
See, it's a cycle of momentum.
We are so happy, blessed, and grateful to be part of this amazing company.
We got the greatest opportunity in America.
It's all about taking massive action.
Take all of the excuses away.
You are looking at one of the most blessed companies that you will ever put your eyes on.
It is very, very important that you make a declaration, a proclamation over your life that this is it. This is it.
Wow. Well, guys, this is it. Orlando, Florida, October 12th and 13th. Make sure you write that down in your calendar. If you really want to see big success in this business, you got to go to the Orlando event. This is the last event of the year, guys, the last national 159. You do not want to miss this event. Missing this event would be like trying to be a doctor and not going to med school, right? Not going to med school. Can you imagine not doing that? Missing this event is like trying to be a lawyer and not going to law school. That doesn't make any sense. If you want to make professional money, you got to be a professional. So you got to make this event October the 12th and the 13th, guys. Go ahead and start looking at your accommodations. But first, pre-register. So when you talk to somebody, you can pre-register them and say, I'm going, I want you to come with me. Okay. So pre-register for that event. And guys, the last thing I want to talk about is the call to action. You know, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. The first thing you want to do is like we talked about earlier, customer qualified. You want to make money today. If you're not customer qualified, make sure you get with your leader and do minimum 3 services, guys. Get those 3 services so you can start making money. All right. Number 2, you want to learn how to properly invite. Go over that with your leader tonight. Make sure you understand that. And then, of course, you want to register for the next live event, which, by the way, there's a live event here in Houston on the 14th. More about that. You're going to hear about that from your leaders. But guys, as I close out tonight, make sure you understand we're in a time in this country where people need to hear about ACN. People need to hear about impact before that inflation on healthcare goes into effect. October, November, December. Trust me on that. You are in the right place at the right time. You have the right visionaries to go with it. 1 million impact customers will be on our books, and you guys got to decide if you want a piece of that. I'm gonna give my piece. How about you, Marshall? How about you, Miss Joy, Miss Ruth, Miss Faustina, Mr. Walter? He got 2 hands. Mr. Michael, you with me? Mr. Michael, Mr. Michael Jet. We got 2 Michaels. I love it, guys. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I hope you had a great night. Let's jump into some breakout rooms. God bless everybody. Have a good night, everybody.